what's your biggest lesson you've learned from participating in multiple organizational disruptions? Like, what's being in a position where you're going to participate in so many? What's the thing that comes to you to go, you're ready or you're not ready, or what's that inner learning that you've developed because you're so lucky to have that opportunity to see so many?
I'll give you two perspectives that just immediately come to mind. So we'll see where they go as concepts. If I take you on a tangent, I apologize. The first is similar to what I spoke about before, right? About operating model, and people, and I will keep banging on about this. People just have not got this right.
Yeah.
Key indicator of failure. They haven't envisaged what the future state will look like. Why is that important? Well, because you're fundamentally going to redesign your labor force. If you start with the technology, you're going to find you got the wrong people in the wrong roles, and you haven't built it out properly, and you're never going to create those experiences with customers that you thought about. So getting that operating model right up front is important because it determines the layer of people you need around, and you'll quickly find that you don't have all of the right people at the table. So you're going to need to bring some people in. Now, if you'd have done that up front, you would have made different decisions about your suppliers. So what typically happens is you go, we're going to build an e-commerce platform, or we're going to change an application, or we're going to change our middleware layer, and we'll go to tender and write an RFP and get a supplier in and do that stuff, and then that'll be built. But we don't make any decisions along the way about who we actually needed from a company side to be a part of that as our labor force. Now, if you spin that around and kind of go, what do we want to be when we're evolved this journey, or at least transforming ourselves, and never stops obviously, but when you transform and you at least get a new technology layer in, you'll make decisions about the roles that you need internally versus going to that RFP model where this whole thing's built for you, and then you're left with a technology that you can't really run. So getting that right is really important because it fundamentally changes the kind of people you need in your organization. And we spoke about funding models before. That's one thing.
So also organizational design, and funding models, right?
That's absolutely key.
Yeah.
The other one.
I look at the business agility domain, and I'm fascinated where everyone goes, learn how to do Agile, learn how to do Scrum, but no one talks about learn how to do organizational redesign around objectives.
Yeah.
Like it's like what you want to, make this big machine be a little bit faster. Smaller, lots smaller. So that's one. Right?
But it's more than that, right? Because that you're changing the incentive structures, and if you're doing it properly, you're saying, well, how do we fundamentally value the work that the people do in the organization in that new business? So how important is innovation? How important is engaging the customer in a dialogue? Yeah. And then how do we incentivize our team to do that? Which means you're breaking down not only hierarchies, but you're breaking down pay structures and incentivization models. And
absolutely.
You do that up front, then you got a chance with the transformation.